Hey there, I'm Ann Coleman, and I thought I'd take a minute to introduce myself and let you know why I'm qualified to teach you how to improve your teen's behavior by decreasing the conflict and strengthening your relationship with them. Back in 2017 and 2018, my family went through a really tough time. Our son has had general anxiety since he was really little, and he was diagnosed in elementary school with ADHD and then developed major depression in high school, which is when we found out that he was using marijuana and experimenting with other substances, as many kids do. But because of his ADHD, anxiety, and depression, his behavior was a bit more extreme. And what I didn't understand for those 2 years was that my response to his behavior was just making things worse. You see, not only do I have ADHD and anxiety, but I also had a brother who was a major substance abuser from adolescence on through adulthood. And all I could think was, I cannot let my son turn out like my brother. But I didn't really even realize that I was thinking this, much less know that it was driving my behavior. I was so worried and concerned and so determined to make my son stop acting the way he was acting or to have someone else fix him that I demanded and commanded and scolded and lectured and argued and punished while he pushed back even harder, became even more anxious and depressed, and he rebelled. He wouldn't listen to a word we said, and he got into more trouble and more trouble. All of this culminated in his forced 2 month stint in a residential treatment center just before his 18th birthday. It was there, finally, that someone pointed out that I might be handling things the wrong way. At their suggestion, I started reading and learning, and I've really never stopped. That was December of 2018. And within weeks of when he came home, things were very different between us, and his behavior was getting better by the day. And that's primarily because I began changing my behavior. I started learning and practicing emotion coaching with him, and it was like sprinkling fairy dust. It was just amazing. And I began thinking about how so many parents out there are in the same position as me and don't understand what they're doing wrong and how to turn things around. So I decided to really lean into my research and writing skills from 25 years of practicing law. And I kept reading and studying, moving on to scientific journal articles and studies and stacks of books. I even wrote a book for myself to make sure that I understood it all. I studied adolescent neuroscience and neuropsychology, emotion theory, parenting science, communication, so many different fields of study. And over the next 3 years, I formulated a framework through which I could teach other parents what I'd learned. And that's what I've been doing ever since. I started the audio podcast in April of 2022, and after about 250,000 downloads, I decided to start this YouTube channel. I have over 200 episodes on the audio podcast if you'd like to go binge. I've also produced almost a dozen free parenting guides. I have a mini course on discipline and something that I call Parent Camp, which beginning in 2026 will go from a cohort based program to an ongoing year-long community program, which will include the course, live meetups, masterclasses, guest speakers, challenges, and more. You can find the links to everything that I do in the channel description, along with my email address if you just want to reach out. All right. I hope you stick around and absorb all you can here because I really do want to help you. Those couple of years were hell for us, and I would not wish that on anyone. I really want to help you avoid the mistakes that I made, and I know I can do it. Please subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks.